Elon Musk and SpaceX president just declared Starship will land humans on Mars in this decade. A decade ago, who could have imagined that mankind will be so close to sending humans to Mars? But today, it seems like a matter of when rather than if, all thanks to Elon Musk and his ambitious aeronautical company, SpaceX. SpaceX still envisions boots on Mars by 2030, and the rocket that'll make the trip heading to orbit for the first time as soon as next month. Yes, you heard that right. Now, we all know that raises all kinds of questions in your mind, but don't worry, because today in our video, we'll tell you how Elon Musk and SpaceX president plan on taking mankind to Mars in this very decade. Let's address the elephant in the room. How will they achieve this massive feat in such a short amount of time? Well, watch till the end if you want to know the answer to this question and much more. So let's begin. A crewed Mars mission could happen sooner than you think. Astronauts will likely make it to the red planet's surface before the end of the 2020s. SpaceX President and Chief Operating Officer Gwynne Shotwell told CNBC's Shepard Smith recently, "I think it'll be in this decade, yes. People on the moon sooner," Shotwell said in the brief interview. "I think we need to get a large delivery to the surface of Mars, and then people will start thinking harder about it," she added. "And then, I think within 5 or 6 years, people will see that it'll be a real place to go." SpaceX, of course, aims to be the one to make this ambitious vision a reality. The company is developing a huge reusable rocket spaceship combo called Starship to take people and payloads to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Starship already has several moon missions on its docket. In 2018, for example, Japanese billionaire Yosuke Misawa booked the vehicle for a round-the-moon trip with a target launch date of 2023. And NASA picked Starship to be the first crewed lunar lander for its Artemis program, which plans to put astronauts down near the moon's south pole in 2025. NASA views Artemis as a moon-to-Mars program and intends to launch a crewed red planet mission in 2040 or thereabouts, about a decade later than Shotwell sees boots first crunching into the red dirt. SpaceX is working toward a big milestone in Starship's development, the vehicle's first ever orbital test flight, which the company wants to launch from its South Texas facility called Starbase in the near future. That launch cannot happen, however, until the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration wraps up an environmental assessment of the activities on Starbase. That review was originally supposed to be done by the end of 2021, but the FAA has pushed its completion back several times, most recently to May 31st. Shotwell's interview with Smith was part of Inspiring America, the 2022 Inspiration List, a program that'll air this weekend across NBC Universal News Group's television and streaming networks. The SpaceX CEO has a long-standing vision of establishing a city on the red planet. It would be self-sustaining, would be home to 1 million people, and would transform humanity into a multi-planet species. It is perhaps Musk's most ambitious goal, one that could keep him occupied for the next 3 decades. Musk also explained how, being a simple insurance policy, the plan is aimed at building something inspiring. A tweet on Monday comparing the moon landing to a future Mars landing attached a photo of the moon landing dated 1969, on top of an image of an envisioned Mars landing labeled 20. The tweet from SpaceHub, an account that posts about space and astronomy, read, "What's your guess?" and tagged Musk. 2 days after the tweet, Musk replied, 2029. Musk has seen a visit to Mars as a goal. In 2016, he said he wanted to build a rocket capable of taking people to Mars and supporting a permanent city on the planet. "It's something we can do in our lifetimes," he told an audience of 100,000 watchers at the International Astronautical Congress in Guadalajara, Mexico. "You could go." But Musk's older predictions don't necessarily match up with his latest. In 2016, he told the Y Combinator, a startup accelerator, that getting a meaningful number of people on Mars was possible in about 10 years, maybe sooner, maybe 9 years. Central to the Mars plan is the Starship. Starship is the enormous stainless steel rocket that SpaceX has been building and testing at its development facility in Boca Chica, Texas. Starship's goal is to launch cargo and people on missions to the moon and Mars. Current Starship prototypes stand at about 150 feet tall, or about the size of a 15-story building, and each one is powered by 3 Raptor rocket engines. Musk has previously estimated that it'll cost about $5 billion to fully develop Starship. Although SpaceX has not disclosed how much it has spent on the program to date. The company has steadily raised funds in the past few years to fund both Starship and its similarly ambitious Starlink project, with SpaceX's valuation soaring to about $74 billion, making it one of the most valuable private companies in the world. Additionally, SpaceX last week won a $2.9 billion contract from NASA to help the space agency land astronauts on the moon's surface with the first crewed mission targeting 2024. The company has performed multiple successful test flights of Starship, although landing attempts after the last 4 high-altitude flights ended in fiery explosions. Despite the prototype's destruction, SpaceX sees the test flights as progress toward creating a rocket that is fully reusable. SpaceX's current Falcon fleet of rockets is partially reusable, as the company can land and reuse the rocket's boosters. But Musk hopes Starship transforms space travel into something more akin to commercial air travel. The rocket's enormous size would also make it capable of launching several times as much cargo at once. For comparison, while SpaceX's Falcon 9 rockets can send as many as 60 Starlink satellites at a time, SpaceX's Starship will be able to launch 400 Starlink satellites at a time. Finding the video intriguing? We still haven't told you exactly what Elon Musk plans on doing on Mars once humans reach there. We'd like you to take a guess at what it could be. Will it be a temporary visit or the start of colonization for humans? Think about it for a while, but while you think, do subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to receive instant notification about all our future videos. Musk plans to build a full-size city on the surface of Mars. This would be a city open to regular people, not just scientists and researchers. People interested in moving to Mars could pay for their flight with a loan. Once there, people would be able to pay off the loan by working in anything from iron foundries to pizzerias. Musk declared at a 2016 conference that there would be labor shortages for a long time. The city would be free to govern itself on its own terms, as indicated by the Starlink internet service terms and conditions released in October 2020. This appears to stand in contradiction to the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, which states that the launch origin country is responsible for subsequent space activities. David Anderman, who served as SpaceX's general counsel when the terms were released, suggested in 2021 that the two documents may be set on a collision course. Musk estimated in 2019 that it would take around 1 million tons of cargo to build a self-sustaining city on Mars. Assuming it costs $100,000 per ton to send cargo to Mars with the upcoming Starship, it would put a Mars city's price at around $100 billion. At the high end, Musk estimates it could cost around $10 trillion. SpaceX may not stop with just one city, however. Paul Wooster, the principal Mars development engineer for SpaceX, said at the 21st Annual International Mars Society Convention in August 2022 that SpaceX could build multiple cities. Musk's stated aim is to transform humanity into a multi-planet species. Over the years, he has listed reasons why humanity would want to expand into the universe. Whether he's able to achieve his dream by the end of this decade, only time will tell. So, do you think Elon Musk and the SpaceX president are being too ambitious? Or will humans reach Mars by 2030? Let us know in the comments below, and if you want to watch more of our amazing videos, then stay tuned.